What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and today we have a replay of me facing Steafen's Relinquished deck, and I'm playing the new Generaid monsters. And if you're wondering why Steafen isn't here, well, when we recorded this, it was very loud, and it was hard to really do anything with the footage. So we just saved the replay, and I figured, we don't usually do replays on the channel, and so we'll do one now. And see how it works out with just me commentating. So, he made me go first, and this hand isn't great, so all I had to do was set Called by the Grave. Now, he goes for Foolish and uses Millennium Eyes Illusionist and sends one of those, and summons one, and then he goes ahead and uses Spellbook of Knowledge, and then he's going to use these two. He's going to use the Relinquished Fusion to fuse Relinquished and Spellbook Magician of Prophecy and try to get back Millennium Eyes Illusionist, but I'm going to tell him, nah, not today. I'm going to top deck another Called by the Grave, which is unfortunate for me because it means, once again, I can't do much, and he's going to... Now, if you're wondering why he used the Spellbook of Knowledge to get rid of this, because he needed the draw spell, and he had the instant fusion in hand anyway, so he wanted to be able to get back the Millennium Eyes Illusionist because he figured I wouldn't have a second Called by the Grave. But he figured wrong, because I did. Alright, and then he goes Linkuriboh, goes into Dante. This is where things start getting a little dicey. And I drew a trap card. That's not very good in this situation. So, this trap card says when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to a Generaid card or activation, you can discard one card. The activated card becomes each player draws one card, which worked with the field spell, and we'll get to that later. As you can see, I'm not in the best of circumstances. And I drew World Legacy Monstrosity, which is probably one of the better cards for the deck, allowing you to special summon a level 9 monster from your hand, which all of these are. So that's important. And if you have one out already, you can special summon 2 from your deck, because they're all different types and attributes. So that's pretty good in general. So when this deck comes out, I expect the World Legacy Monstrosity to be an easy 3 of. Anyway, I went ahead and summoned the Generaid of Light. And if you're wondering why I didn't use this, I don't know if it's a bug or whatever, but it wouldn't let me use it for the territory. I'm going to go ahead and attack. I'm going to use Generaid Battle, which activates a field spell directly from my deck. And then, or graveyard, and then my opponent draws a card, which works with the field spell. But hold on. I'm going to Ash Blossom it. And then I'm going to use the territory to turn it into each player draws a card. And so I drew that. He does the old MST that. And then I'm back into fighting for my life here. But I have a Monster Reborn, which is Mardal, and Mardal lets me add a Generaid card. And I believe I had... Okay. I had Generaid Quest, which I reveal a Generaid monster, and then I had to add up to 2 spell and trap cards with different names, which is really, really good. And then the other one goes to the bottom. So, yeah, I get to get the stage, which is their, key piece. It's a very field spell reliant deck, I would say. So yeah, you really need the field spell, and then Generaid Reward. So far this thing hasn't been great, but this was still in the early testing phases of the deck for me. Yeah, and then I attack, uses Linkuriboh. Also, this works on draw step. Alright, okay, so here's... So yeah, we get a chain 3. I get a special summon Hell, Generaid of Death, and summon a bunch of tokens because what the field spell does is it special summons one from my deck if my opponent adds a card from the deck to the hand And then if I special summon a Generaid monster on their turn, I get to special summon as many tokens as possible. So that's cool. Okay, so I use that effect, and I'm going to summon out the Generaid of the Sword. So I can just go ahead and, because I contribute any number of monsters, and then my opponent draws one for each. I also get to destroy that many cards. So watch. So I'm going to tribute the tokens and destroy their 2 monsters, and he's going to get the Illusionist back. And this is their hand. This is Steafen's hand. It's not the greatest. So I go to battle. Okay, this is where the crazy thing starts. So I use Millennium Eyes on this when I attack into it. I use Hell's Effect to tribute the targeted monster Mardal and special summon Generaid Flames. Then the Millennium Eyes Restrict's going to activate and attempt to consume Generaid the Sword of the Sword, in which I'm going to respond, and I'm going to make try to draw a card, turn it into draw a card, which makes Ash Blossom live, so they can negate my Generaid territory because it's the card activating to draw a card. And then I use this effect, so we're up to Chain Link 6 to destroy the Millennium Eyes. It's a really funny interaction that we just did, and I still get my 3100 beat stick and my 2500. And then because they drew a card, I get the Generaid of Ice, which negates inherent summons. So yeah, this deck is so far, as you can tell, this deck can look really cool and do cool things. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a powerful deck. It does have its problems, and I chose to pop this. And he whiffed with Allure of Darkness. And alright, so I messed up here. I could have killed him if I went Lone Fire into another Mardal, but I just didn't think of it. So yeah, I just went into attack mode and attack. I could have killed him, but instead I guess I go into True King of All Calamities, and then I could have just instantly used its effect, but I didn't for whatever reason. Yeah, and then out of principle I decided to use Calamities, even though it's going to destroy it, and Steafen scoops it up because he has no cards, and I can just go and attack. He only has 2 cards left in his deck too. So that's one of the really funny things about this deck, is when it wins, it like almost decks your opponent too. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's it for today. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send us any cool deck profiles or replays, our email is in the description as always. And of course, have a wonderful day.